Hello everyone, this is Henry at Bidwell. I hope you're enjoying our God and His new mercies for you on this day. Speaking of His new mercies, let me ask you, have you counted your blessings today? And is counting blessings a cliche habit that we hear about in culture or an actual spiritual practice we integrate into our own lives? It's important, it seems to me, to focus on what you have rather than what you don't. In fact, one of my favorite statements about gratitude is that thankfulness is wanting what you already have that's right in front of you. It's so true. We're better off inventorying the good in our lives, thanking God for it and enjoying it, rather than wishing we had more of something else. You might think right now about one or two things you have that if they were taken from you, you'd truly feel at a loss. Count that blessing and then count some more. James Bryan Smith, who is the author of The Good and Beautiful God, says that counting your blessings can be a vital soul training exercise. He says that in a world of negativity, it's vitally important to focus on what you have right in front of you as a pure gift from God. He commends this as a regular habit and says, make a list of all the things God has blessed you with, all the things that make life wonderful. Pay attention to the details of your life. Look for the hidden things. Take notice of all those wonderful things you easily overlook. Start small. Try to come up with a list of 10 things God has blessed you with. It could include things like your loved ones, material provision, or opportunities you have been given. It can also include things in the created world, the sun, the stars, the mountains, and so forth. Or you might want to include things you love like coffee or ice cream. Finally, also include things that God has done for you. Each day is God at work providing for us, even though we cannot always see it. Keep adding to your list each day. Strive to make a list of 50 things, then keep going. See if you can come up with 100 blessings, things you are thankful for this week. In Scripture, in Lamentations chapter 3, verses 22 to 23, the author writes, in the midst of a hardship God's people are facing, because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for His compassions never fail. His mercies are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. What meaningful and profound words, and what life-changing words that speak to counting your regular blessings in the form of God's new mercies for you every day. I want to encourage you this week to focus on God's new mercies and what you're grateful for, and above all, to count your blessings. God's mercies are new every morning. All of life is a gift. It is a blessing from God. And every day is a gift, a day we can be thankful for. As pastor and scholar Craig Barnes notes, a day that wasn't necessarily promised. And remember these verses from Lamentations about God's mercies. Commit them to memory and allow them to remind you of God's ever faithful, prevailing love. Have a great week.